Now, in order to understand Sinners, which is the name of the movie, you got to understand the sins of the characters. You hear what I said? In order to understand Sinners, because that's the name of the film, you got to understand the sins of the characters. Now, they don't get into too much about Smoke and Stack, but you know they criminals. So regarding their sins, since all you know is that they have killed, they have robbed, they have used violence. You know that. So I'm going to read a broad scripture that covers a litany of sins.
Hey, shalom, brother. Shalom. This is Brother Howard of GMS Toronto coming back with another one. And this is complete embarrassment. This is supposed to be a movie breakdown. This is the leader of IUIC. This is the man you guys follow. This is who you guys worship. This is who you guys submit to. You submit to this loser. This guy doesn't even have any knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the truth. He has no knowledge and wisdom of nothing. Not even a basic movie breakdown. The movie Sinners is not even a deep breakdown. I'm not even doing a breakdown of the movie yet because I haven't even watched it yet, but I already know what the movie is about. And then this guy, that's how you know. The last video that I did where I said these false prophets are going to start stealing oil, meaning these guys are watching our videos and stealing our style. You have to understand, Nate Satan is a guy that used to come against the elder apostles because the elder apostles used to always reference different movies. And then they used to make fun of us because we always used to use movies as references because movies are predictive programming for what's to come, especially when movies align with the scriptures. Because you have to understand, a lot of directors are high-level Luciferians, meaning that they know the Bible. They know the Bible and they know certain mysteries as well. They might have gotten illuminated on the left-hand side, right, through an evil spirit. They might have been illuminated by the elites who let them in on little secrets here and there and let them know, hey, I want you to make a movie about the end of the world and I want it to align with the Bible. And then these movie directors link up with pastors, or they might link up with historians that lets them know, you know. But a lot of these directors are super intelligent, man. Whether they're on the left-hand side, which they're all on the left-hand side, right? They might portray themselves as good, right? Like this guy, Coogler. I think it was Coogler that made Sinners, right? Ryan Coogler.
Of sins regarding the twins. 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 9. Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedient, for the ungodly, and for sinners. That's right, sinners. What's the name of this film? Sinners.
Yo, what kind of grade 1 breakdown is that, man? What type of toddler, kindergarten, low-level breakdown is that? And this is your leader? This is who you people follow? This is embarrassing, man. This is embarrassing. I shouldn't even be doing videos on you. The brothers who just came in the truth should be doing videos on you. But the elder apostles, the elder apostle Arimlob, elder apostle Gabar, elder apostle Rakah, elder apostle Tahar, the bishops, these guys are too big, man. I don't even know why they even make videos on you. You're not on their level. You're not on our level. Even me. And I've just been in the truth for a little while, right? You're not even on my level. And the only reason why you're doing videos like this is because of us, because we're doing movie breakdowns where we're going deep into the breakdown and we're linking up these movies with the occult. and how our people worship these different deities. And then we let our people understand hidden meanings that are in movies as well. You can use movies for exhortation as well. Or you could use movies for a predictive programming, or to let brothers know what's coming down the pipe, or what's gonna happen in the world, what they're getting the world prepped for. Movies and TV can be used to prep people. That's why it's known as programming. It's called a TV program. They're programming your brain. There is a superliminal message and a subliminal message, right? But you don't know that because you're not on no level. You're a grade 1 because you don't have the oil, bro. You're stealing oil. You're stealing oil. And a lot of you guys are stealing. You're trying to be who you're not. You're doing breakdowns on movies. You're doing this and that. Bro, that's not for you, man. You need to go and go to the dollar store, right? Or go to Walmart, buy books, right? And buy pens, buy pencils, and start watching the elder apostles of GMS on down to the bishop and the elders of these different camps, and start taking notes. Because you're not on no level, bro. You completely lost the oil. I can't even lie to you. You have no oil. Now, this is the word
Subliminal.
And it means of a stimulus or mental process, right? So something is going on. Your brain is being stimulated, okay, below the threshold of sensation or consciousness, right? That's why when I do videos, I always tell brothers about their subconscious, right? That's why you're not supposed to fall asleep with just anything on. If you fall asleep, you could fall asleep to brothers preaching the truth, because that's righteousness. Righteousness is going to go into your subconscious, right? You could fall asleep to ocean sounds, right? You could fall asleep to different melodies that are good, right? Mainly the truth. But if you fall asleep to something demonic like rap music, and then you wake up and you're wondering why you're angry, you fall asleep to R&B music and you're wondering why you have the spirit to go and sleep with another man's wife, because there's spirits on those things. Demonic programming in different music and things that you watch. You never fall asleep watching TV and watching movies, because the different programs that are in those TV shows and those movies, you always have to be aware. You always have to be conscious of what you're watching. Imagine you're sleeping and a gay scene comes on. Your subconscious, which never turns off, your subconscious, which is always on, is going to take that information in and digest it as good. Only your conscious mind can tell your subconscious, hey, that's wrong. That's why when we watch TV shows and we say to ourselves, hey, that's wrong, right? I might watch a movie, right? You might watch the Gladiators. You might watch the, back in the day movie or something like that. And they might show a gay scene or something. Your conscious mind will watch that scene and be turned off. You have to literally tell your subconscious that's wrong. That's how the subconscious works, because it only takes in information. That's why internet, iPads, cell phones are really not for children. Too much information and too much imagery is coming at them. And because their conscious mind is as immature as their subconscious mind, they're not allowed to, they shouldn't be allowed to digest certain things. Okay? It says the threshold of sensation or consciousness perceived by or affecting someone's mind without their being aware of it. Someone's mind without them being aware of it. That sounds better to me. If it's there, then it's there, but them sounds better to me. But when something is subliminal, you're not aware of it. All right? Now, this is the word superliminal, and it says existing above the threshold of consciousness. So something that's obvious. The superliminal aspect of the movie Sinners is that it's a vampire movie. That's it. But is there subliminal messaging in that movie? Hell yes, there is. And this guy, Nate Satan, has no knowledge of anything that's going on. He doesn't know what's going on with the Bible, and he doesn't know what's going on in the world. Now, this is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, just like Yahushua was when he was King Solomon. When he was King Solomon, he went into these different aspects of life. He went into the left-hand side. He went into that left-hand path. Now it swallowed him up, right? He should have never went into it in that aspect. But even King James, a lot of people are like, oh, King James wrote a book on demonology, which he did. But he did that just to gain the understanding. I am going into demonology. I go into the left hand a path as well. Do I worship it? No. I go into it to enlighten brothers on what to look out for. I'm not going into it because I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is the truth. No. The truth and the way is through Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. That's the truth and that's the way. That's the path. Yahushai is that door, right? That light is Yahweh. Yahweh is that light. So brothers got to be careful when you go into this aspect as well. So it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices, right? Movies, music, those are devices of Satan. Hollywood, right? The majority of you, Nate Satan probably doesn't even know what Hollywood represents. He probably doesn't even know what the Hollywood is. And the majority of the world don't know what the Hollywood is. The Hollywood is their magic wand. So just to let you know, that's a place of witches. If Hollywood is where actors go, right? And if the Hollywood is a representation of the magic wand, okay? What would an actor be? An actor would be a witch or a wizard. And that's exactly what they are. Because their god, the god of entertainment, is Baphomet. Or the goat god, the god of the witches, is the goat, is Pan.
For unholy and profane, for murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers, for manslayers, for whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind, for men stealers, for liars, for perjured persons, and if there be any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine, according to the glorious gospel of the blessed God, which was committed to my trust. Now, I wanted to read that in particularly to let you know that God's laws are according to the glorious gospel of the blessed God. That's what verse 11 says. Let's read it again, because I know some of you are slow. According to the glorious gospel of the blessed God, which was committed to my trust. So,
see, that's how you know this guy has no sense. The law, statutes, and commandments is a representation of a law system, a law code on how to govern ourselves on the earth. This is how we have to live. It was meant to put us in order so we would not be beast-like, animal-like. This is what raised us up to a level of sons of God, right? This is how we raised ourselves up from being beasts. When you don't follow the law, statutes, and commandments, you are just a beast. That's all that you are. You are just a beast. When you become a follower of the law, statutes, and commandments, you become a god. Small g, which literally just means judge. When you're reading Psalms 82 and 6, and it says, ye are gods, that word there is judges. We're supposed to be judges. Judges according to what? Judges according to the laws, statutes, and commandments, meaning you know what's good and what's not good. That's all that it represents, right? So for all you people out there with that motto, only God can judge me, well, in a sense, you're right, because judgment does come from on high, but the Most High judges people through men, right? So only God can judge you. Actually, no. Actually, no. And the only reason why you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are not judges right now is because you have no power. That's why the scripture says, my people shall be willing in the day of thy power. Because when we get power, then we're going to be able to execute judgment when it comes to our women, our children, and you fucking heathens, and you 2/3 niggas that can't get right like Nate Satan. This guy is a complete demon and he's completely gone. I hope you people know that, and I hope you people are seeing that. He has no oil. And for any one of you following this guy, you're following him to your destruction.
What are God's laws? According to the gospel. What are God's laws? According to the gospel. Everybody got that, right? All right. So, now, before I touch on the other sins, the sins of the character, I do want to say, when the movie opens up, it opens up with a young man who is called, you find out later on his name is called Sammy, the preacher boy. He comes to a church. There's an old black man preaching. They singing some song that I hate. It's called This Little Light of Mine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna lie. I used to hear the damn song all the time growing up.
This man says he hates the song, This Little Light of Mine. The song, This Little Light of Mine, is a representation of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. How could you hate a song that's talking about the truth? How could you hate a song that's a righteous song? What's to hate about This Little Light of Mine unless you have no light? And that's why you're sitting in the fucking dark, because you're of darkness. You just sat and you're making a lesson and you're crucifying the song, This Little Light of Mine, when you should know what the meaning behind This Little Light of Mine is, which is the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, and the truth. How could you hate a song like that? That's one of the most righteous songs ever made. That's a beautiful song. Just like the song, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, coming forth to carry me home. That's a beautiful song. Why would I not want to sing the song? Because Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, that's a song, but that's a prophecy as well, which is a representation of singing. Now, this is Revelation chapter 14, verse 3, and it reads, And they sung as it were a new song before the throne and before the 4 beasts and the elders, and no man could learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. So this song that we're singing is what? Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that was bestowed upon us, right? Through the Thawa, through the blood of Yahushai being chosen, and by the brothers being chosen, whoever those men are, you were chosen, and then you were also supped with. You were also blessed with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the holy truth. Right? Because when you are chosen, when you are being supped with by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai through the Rakah Kodash, knowledge and wisdom is going to be opened up in your mind. Just like when the scriptures let you know that, let's get it. Hold on. Now this is Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and 1, and it reads, Who is as the wise man? Definitely not the man on the screen, right? That's an unwise man. And who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? Nate don't even know the interpretation of a simple occultic movie. A simple occultic movie. He doesn't even know the duality of the twinning programming, right? Because he started off his little breakdown about Michael B. Jordan, and one was Elijah, one was Elias. I don't even know. I haven't even watched the movie yet. That's why I haven't even done a movie breakdown yet. And I don't rush to do movie breakdowns, so I probably won't even do a movie breakdown for another month or so. So don't look for my movie breakdown, because I like to hear people break down shit incorrectly, because they don't have the Rakah Kodash flowing through them. So they will never get the true understanding. And guess what? A lot of you don't do research. A lot of you guys don't like research, and you don't do research. So you will never get the true knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You're lazy. You're lazy. And this guy, he's supposed to be a leader. He's supposed to be the number one in his organization. And he is lazier than a man who hasn't even come into GMS, a man who's just watching. There's men who are just watching. They haven't even entered the camp yet that has more knowledge than Nate Satan right now. This is embarrassing, man. Right? It says, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom makes his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. And this guy is completely in darkness. Let's go back to this guy's.
A damn song all the time growing up. The hell is this? I remember one of the sisters in IUIC when we first started used to sing that daggone song. I couldn't stand it.
A daggone song? How is this little light of mine a daggone song? What? What? This is your leader? This is your fucking leader. This degenerate. This degenerate is your leader. This guy, the reason why he doesn't like this little light of mine is because he has no light. Right? Nate Satan, you are officially the unwise virgin. Right? You are a part of that lot. You've proven it. Of course you hate that song because you have no light. And you're trying to steal light. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to steal oil because you have no oil. You're dry like the Sahara Desert, man. Your whole camp is dry. You guys are Canada dry. Inside joke. You niggas are Canada dry. Man, I know it's corny, but it's an inside joke, brothers. Inside joke. Oh, man. But yeah, I just wanted to make a quick lesson on that. It's not even really a lesson. It was just a rant. I just wanted to rant because I saw this guy's breakdown, and I had secondhand embarrassment. I had secondhand embarrassment for you. This was embarrassing. This was embarrassing, bro. You are gone. Trust me, you're not in this thing. You're not. You're just a face. You're just like King Saul. That's all that you were. Yeah, you're like King Saul when he was done and he was through. He still had power, but everybody knew he was through but him and the fools that followed him. Everybody knew King Saul was done, but he still had power. But his time was up. Right? So with that, and you brothers keep that in mind too. Right? You're watching a man's downfall and he doesn't even know that he's in the time of his downfall. Right? You got to be spiritually minded in this thing of ours. All right? So shalom, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the elders and elder apostles of GMS that rule well and that teach well. And to the brothers on the four corners of the earth, only the elect, no one else. Right? And the 1/3, shalom. Till next time, Kwame Asharala and Abad Baba.